The rivalry between two of the most iconic luxury car makers in the world has been going on for decades. But what if I told you that one of these legendary automakers was actually created by the other? That's right, Ferrari created Lamborghini. It's a story that is shrouded in mystery and intrigue, and one that has been kept a closely guarded secret. But now, finally, the truth can be revealed. This is the story of how two of Italy's most renowned car makers went from sharing a common origin to becoming fierce competitors. It's a story of ambition, innovation, and betrayal that will leave you wondering how two of the world's leading automotive brands could be so intricately connected. So let's take a trip back in time and uncover this dark truth. Ferruccio Lamborghini was born in 1916 in the small Italian village of Renazzo di Cento. His father worked as a blacksmith and his mother was a farmer. From an early age, Ferruccio was exposed to the family's farming ways and learned the value of hard work and dedication. But Ferruccio had other ideas. He wanted to make his mark on the world, and he was determined that farming wouldn't be his destiny. So when it came time to choose a career path, he made a difficult decision, leaving behind his father's farm and choosing engineering instead. He moved to Bologna to attend a technical college, and after graduating, he accepted a job as a mechanic. But his time was short-lived. Soon enough, the world was plunged into World War II, and Ferruccio was drafted into the Royal Italian Air Force. It was here that his mechanical abilities were discovered, and he was sent to Rhodes, Greece to help with maintaining the warplanes. He quickly rose through the ranks and was eventually promoted to major. But when the war ended and Ferruccio was finally able to return home, he had something bigger in mind than just returning to his old job. He wanted to start his own business and become an entrepreneur. So with some money saved up from his time in the Air Force, after World War II ended, Ferruccio decided to take his business one step further and build his very own tractors. In 1948, Ferruccio founded Lamborghini Trattori, a company that sold tractors and other agricultural equipment. He quickly established himself as a successful entrepreneur, and soon his company was producing more than 2,000 tractors per year. With this newfound success came more money with which to invest in his dreams. It was a great success as Ferruccio's company quickly became one of the largest tractor manufacturers in Italy. But Ferruccio had another passion: cars. He owned several sports cars, including an Aston Martin and a Ferrari. Therefore, now that he had a successful tractor business, Ferruccio's thoughts turned to automobiles. He had always been fascinated with cars. In fact, he owned several high-end models from Ferrari and Alfa Romeo. But despite his admiration for the craftsmanship of these cars, he felt that they were lacking in certain areas. And so, in 1963, Ferruccio decided to take matters into his own hands and create the car of his dreams. He founded Automobili Lamborghini and set out to build a supercar that would rival Ferrari's offerings. But there was a problem. He was unhappy with his Ferrari's clutch, so in 1963, he decided to take matters into his own hands. Ferruccio drove to the neighboring village of Maranello and knocked on the door of none other than Enzo Ferrari. He explained to Mr. Ferrari why he was unhappy with the car's clutch and suggested what changes could be made to improve it. But instead of taking Ferruccio's advice, Mr. Ferrari said, "Your problem is not with my cars, but your tractor business." This angered Ferruccio, and he left the factory with a newfound mission: to build his own supercar that would rival Ferrari's. And thus, the famous Ferrari-Lamborghini feud was born. On his way home, Ferruccio made a fateful decision. He would build sports cars, and they would be faster and better than Enzo Ferrari's. So just 4 months later, Lamborghini had built a factory in Sant'Agata, and the first car model was presented at the annual car show in Turin in 1964. It was called the Lamborghini 350 GT. But how was Lamborghini able to build and finish a car in only 4 months? The explanation lies 2 years earlier in Maranello. Something important had happened. Ferrari had fired many of its engineers, including those responsible for the design of their new sports car, the 250 GTO. And this meant that these engineers were now unemployed and looking for work. Ferruccio, seeing an opportunity, quickly snapped them up and wanted to hire them to work at his factory in Sant'Agata. And of course, when Ferruccio came to them with his new project, they jumped at the opportunity. So the engineers at Lamborghini were able to acquire the necessary resources and experience in a much shorter period of time than it would have taken anyone else. With this team of talented engineers, Lamborghini was able to design and build a car in record time. And thus, the first Lamborghini supercar was born, the 350 GT. a car that was not only fast, but stylish and luxurious as well. His cars were the envy of other automakers, and they quickly became the status symbol of choice for those who wanted to make an impression. The 350 GT was an instant success with its sleek design and powerful V12 engine. But Ferrari wasn't going to stand idly by while Ferruccio grabbed the limelight. He soon responded with his own model, the 365 GTB4 Daytona. The two cars went head-to-head in a series of races, with the Lamborghini 350 GT performing better than expected. But it wasn't just on the track that Ferrari and Lamborghini were competing. They were also involved in a bitter legal battle over patents and design rights. As the two companies jostled for supremacy, Enzo Ferrari famously said, "Lamborghini? You couldn't even buy a good tractor from that company." The rivalry between Ferrari and Lamborghini reached its peak in 1971 when the two companies released their flagship models, the Ferrari Daytona and the Lamborghini Miura. The competition was fierce, with each car boasting an impressive V12 engine and a beautiful design. The Daytona was able to take the lead in terms of speed, but the Miura was considered more stylish, and it quickly became an icon of the era. In the end, it was Lamborghini that emerged victorious from this epic rivalry. Its cars were more powerful and aesthetically pleasing, and it quickly gained a cult following all over the world. Since then, Lamborghini has gone on to become one of the most iconic brands in the automotive industry. It has produced some legendary cars such as the Countach, Diablo, and Murcielago, all of which have been hailed as revolutionary by critics. The rivalry between Lamborghini and Ferrari is still strong today. But at the heart of it all was Ferruccio's original dream, to build a car that could outshine and outperform Ferraris, and he certainly achieved that. What most people don't know is that the rivalry between Ferrari and Lamborghini was actually created by Ferrari. That's right, it was Ferrari who created Lamborghini's success. How? By firing their talented engineers. It was this move that allowed Ferruccio to bring together the team of engineers he needed to create his iconic cars. In other words, without Ferrari's help, there would be no Lamborghini today. But instead of being grateful for the assistance they unknowingly gave, Ferrari and Lamborghini have been in constant competition ever since. How ironic! And so it is only fitting that one of the greatest rivalries in automotive history was kicked off by none other than Enzo Ferrari himself. Who knew his decision would lead to such great success for Ferruccio Lamborghini? The rivalry between these two brands is fierce, and it doesn't seem to be waning anytime soon. They are constantly pushing the boundaries of automotive engineering and design, resulting in some of the most impressive cars on the planet. So if you ever find yourself debating which brand is better, Ferrari or Lamborghini, remember that it was all because of Ferrari's blunder. No matter which side you take in the debate, one thing is clear. Ferruccio Lamborghini and Enzo Ferrari's feud has created a legacy that will continue to inspire fans and racers for years to come. So if you ever need some evidence that dreams really can come true, just look at the amazing cars they have created. This is the dark truth behind one of the greatest rivalries in automotive history. Without Ferrari's unexpected decision, there would be no Lamborghini today. Now that's a story worth telling. So when you take your Lamborghini out for a spin, don't forget to thank Ferrari.